Everybody, welcome back. This is Laura, and today I've got just a tiny haul from Michaels, but I wanted to show you the papers that come in these two specialty packs if you were interested. And then I'm also going to do a little review of this whipped clay that I got at Hobby Lobby. I saw this on It's a Deal, who saw it from Craft Purge, and I'd actually been looking online for whipped clay. I'd been seeing a bunch of like reels and shorts about making these cute little things. Not necessarily the little cakes, but I don't know. I was just trying to think of how can I make my own little embellishments. I could only find it on AliExpress for a decent price. But my issue is the colors that you're getting, you don't really know, right? You can pick out a color, but that doesn't mean that that's what's going to show up. So anyway, I'll go through that. I've got some examples to show you as well, but let's look at these pretty papers. So I was kind of bummed that Michaels did not have anything like what was it? Candy Brights paper that they had last year, that pretty pastel one with the cookies and the candies, with the pinks and the purples. So they have another one this year that has pastels, but it's that groovy happy face. That's not my style, so I'm not going to buy it just for the colors. And there really weren't any extra papers in there that I was really interested in. And then they had another, I think, Brights one, but it was the darker bright colors, so bright purples, not pastel, bright pinks and stuff like that. So I was gonna pass on that. These are not on sale yet. I did use a 30% off coupon for both of these, and I had a $5 voucher. So I think together I paid $15 for both of these. So not bad considering they're specialty paper, and I did notice that they started adding sticker prices on them. Maybe because they don't have the prices printed, but that's probably another way how they can change the prices on us, right? Because it's not labeled. So I guess it's just an indicator of more expensive things to come. Anyway, let's jump in. And I don't have a piece of cardstock with me. I have some tissue paper, so we can put these in the back so you can see the prints a little bit better. So this is the one that goes with the I guess they're all called Christmas. No, I'm trying to think. No, this is the one that went with the, here it is, Frosted Fairy Tale collection. That one was cute, but the more I looked at it, the more I was like, I'm not going to buy it just because it's the lighter colors. But there were some elements that I liked. So I do love the snowflakes. And I do have some other, because this is mainly blue, pink, and purple. I do have some other blue Christmas paper that I can use these with. But also, these aren't necessarily Christmas. I mean, yeah, that looks like a snowflake for sure. But with layering, you may not be able to see it if you're going to use it with a different collection. This one, I think, is just... Oh, yeah, no, it's got some detail in it. I don't know if you could see that on camera. It's got some, swirls in here. Maybe almost like flowers, but mostly swirls. Nothing that really says Christmas. So I was on the hunt for extra of that paper pad from last year. And Sharon, who is ever so generous over at From Cheap to Chic, she offered to send me what she had in her stash. So we love you, Sharon, so much. We can't wait for you to come back to YouTube on a more regular basis, but we know you've got bigger things going on. This is pretty. I like all the sentiments on here. And sorry, maybe I'm going a little slow. This one, what is this? This looks like rock candy, right? I don't know, just kind of crystallized, like a photographic image, which again, those aren't my favorite types of prints, but if you're going to layer this, it's really not going to show up. Okay, so this is really the reason I liked that collection, the carousel animals. I might actually buy the ephemera, but I didn't want to spend too much right now. But yeah, that one was cute. I mean, it can definitely go with other collections. Let me see, is this one really isn't that Christmassy. Like that one, well, these two, well, no, I guess they do have, what's it called? A snowflake on them. But anyway, super cute. Lots of nice elements in that. And okay, so these, yeah, they're, let me open this. These are pretty. So this is just the vellum pack. This one is just Christmas Noel. Someone pointed out that a lot of their paper pads had Christmas Noel, and they're not even like the same collection. So I don't know. It's a little funny. I guess I got a little lazy. All right, so we had the holly and berries. Here we have the Christmas lights, and then you've got some foiling on some of the lights. Can you see it? There we go. Cute. Kind of looks like twinkling lights almost. Ooh, so pretty. Okay, I don't think I need it. Well, let's see. Yeah, you could see the snowflakes better. That's cute. How you've got more up here and then like they're falling down. This one here. I do love this one. I do need to see what other Christmas papers Hobby Lobby has. I saw some when I went in August, but nothing that I really cared for. Oh wait, are these two different? No, they're not. Wait. No, they're not. Sorry, I keep thinking that this is like a shadow from the back. So yeah, so you got the gold and then the lighter tones in the back. So pretty. Got some nice plaid. Very nice. I love a good gingerbread pattern. Super cute. And I think this goes with the gingerbread paper pad that they have too. That might be another one that I'm going to get when they go on sale. But I didn't, you know, see a need for it right now. I still need to see, this is gorgeous. I still need to see what's in my stash and plan out like what I'm gonna do for Christmas crafting this year. This is so pretty. I love that they give you 2 sheets. My favorite ones are the ones that give you 3 sheets of each. That way you have plenty to play with and not have to like decide what you're gonna sacrifice. Okay, super cute. I do love these a lot. And let me put these off to the side. Okay, so this set comes with a pack of tips. So these are just almost like cake decorating tips, right? And they fit perfectly. This one's not open, I don't think. Oh, it is open. They fit perfectly here on the end, so you just, you know, screw it on and you can use it like that. The issues I have with using it from the tube, now it's very convenient. You don't have to put this in anything, any other, you know, type of piping bag, because this is like a cosmetic tube. You really can't get all the stuff out, so there's going to be some left over that really you could use. Each tube does not make very much, and these are just me and my son playing around, and I'll explain, I guess, what it was I was going for. So these I made on a silicone mat, one of those, you know, big ones where we had plenty of space, and I used, which one did we use? Okay, and as I'm cleaning up, this is actually the one that I used because this is the one that was straggling around in that box. So yeah, I know for sure that this is the one I used because I didn't put it back in the pack. So I did use the smaller one. This one's a smaller one too, but it's more open. So yeah, just wanted to clear that up. And I also used some other tips, and I'll show you those. I think I still have them down here. Do I? Yes, I have them here. So this is just a little pile of stuff that he made. So I was trying to see like if I could make little embellishments for crafting, and the ones that are, you know, more, you could tell what they are, those are the ones I made. These are just little scribbles that my son made. And let's see, where do I start? Okay, so they do take at least a day to dry. If it's something like a big pile of something like this is going to take like a couple days to fully harden. And they are a little bit bendy. They're not like actual clay where it's going to snap. So I kind of like that, because also, you know, if you drop it, you're not going to break it, right? You can't control the air pockets. That's another reason I don't like this. So you can see right here, the little air pocket, because I was trying to make it like as cohesive as I could. There's another one that I did. But yeah, as long as you overlap them a little bit, it'll dry together. I made some hearts. I may want to try it with this skinnier tip. And then I made another little heart here, just practicing my swirls. I have not decorated with frosting in a long time. This is, you know, similar to decorating with frosting. So I'm not on my game anymore. So these skinnier ones, what I did, so I bought this on Amazon. There's different listings for these. So these are basically just like, what are they called? Like medicine syringes. They're not hypodermic needles or anything like that. If I were to buy these again, I would get ones that are, how do I say, have more capacity, because these run out very quickly. And so what you also get, let me take these out because I can't reach the bottom. Okay. You also get these tiny little tips. So these are supposed to be like these, but smaller. Now, so many of them look very similar, so I guess I would have to try a bunch of them out and then just remember what makes what shape. And there's a bunch in here too. So what you do, these fill up pretty nicely from this. So you just put that on there. You just kind of, it doesn't fit inside, so you have to hold it still, and you just squeeze as much in there as you can. You don't want to fill it up too much because you need some space to put this in here. And while it's in here, you also need to make sure that this is freely moving. So if I just popped it in and was, you know, trying to adjust it, it would just squeeze everything out. So, and then a lot of these, that's another complaint that I have about these, they wouldn't budge. Like, I don't know, it was a pain, and I didn't notice it until the stuff was already in here. Okay, so these are made to fit perfectly at the end of this. Now, having a kid, I have a bunch of the larger ones like this, but these don't fit on those. Like if they're slightly bigger, they're not going to fit. And these are just plastic. They're not like rubber or anything. So that's another, I don't know. I mean, it's fine. Like we went through an entire, so this is like one whole tube. There was maybe some like excess of like him just like messing around with it, but he wasn't like squeezing it out. So these really don't make very much per tube. You get 4. I mean, it's a really good price. So, I mean, if you wanted to get several, that would be a good idea. But I guess another thing I didn't care for was, so yes, this is the whipped clay, but these were definitely a bit puffier when I squeezed them out. So I felt like they shrank a little bit. I felt like maybe there was too much air in some of them, so they would deflate. So like this, you see the edges, how they're almost like see-through. They didn't come out like that. But I mean, it was a fun activity to do for, 20-30 minutes with my kid. I have seen people, who make stuff like this. They put their clay in piping bags, but like the really pliable, how do I say? It's not even like as thick as a plastic bag. It's thin. It's not crinkly like this, but it's very thin, like a cellophane bag almost. So that would be easier to control. You could definitely use some of these tips for that. But if it's going to be something tiny that you want to do, like this came from one of these, I would recommend ordering these tips, putting the clay in, the very thin icing bags, and going that way. That's another way too that I've seen them mixing their colors. So instead of just using the colors that you buy, they mixed, I think, with alcohol ink. I think that's what they used. So like, like how you mix paint. You put it on a palette and you mix it with the little scraper. So yeah, I mean, this was fun. It was interesting to use it for the first time, and great that I didn't have to go online to buy it just to try it out. So, I mean, we'll see. I definitely like the idea of making my own embellishments, but it would definitely have to be something that I sit down and I do for like a whole afternoon or something. One, to get the colors mixed, to get them put in the right tubes, fitted with the right tips, and yeah. And then you still have to wait another day or two for them to fully dry. But I mean, it's not bad. Like, they're very sturdy. I mean, you could probably bend it in half and break it. Like, let's try this guy. No, I mean, it's pretty pliable. You'd probably have to cut it with like an X-Acto knife or something if you wanted to, but I just thought it was super interesting and I wanted to share. So this is just some squiggles. But yeah, for sure, if I'd had more practice, so that's a different one because that one's a little skinnier compared to this one. Yeah, and I mean, it's a fun little activity as long as you like make it clear to your kids, like, this is not food. This is not to eat, even though it looks like it. So, okay, I've talked long enough. You all let me know if you've had any experience with these. And if you have any tips for me, I welcome that. I don't know, it was just a fun new thing to try out. And, fun to do with your kids if you have kids. Alrighty, everyone. I hope you're having a crafty day. Take care. Bye-bye.